The life of Hollywood is full of scandals, but there are some that were so shocking and disturbing that even the entertainment industry itself tried to bury them from public view. These incidents, involving some of the biggest names in the business, crossed lines that many couldn't ignore. Here are some of the darkest secrets that Hollywood desperately tried to hide from the world. The Fatty Arbuckle Trial. Roscoe "Fatty" Arbuckle, one of Hollywood's most beloved comedic actors of the silent film era, saw his career crumble following one of the earliest and most sensational scandals in Hollywood history. In 1921, Arbuckle was at the height of his fame, known for his slapstick humor and larger-than-life persona. However, his life took a tragic turn during a Labor Day weekend party at the St. Francis Hotel in San Francisco, when actress Virginia Rappe fell seriously ill during the event and died days later from a ruptured bladder. Rappe had reportedly been found in distress in Arbuckle's hotel suite, and soon after her death, Arbuckle was accused of raping and fatally injuring her. Maud Delmont, a friend of Rappe who attended the party, claimed Arbuckle had assaulted the actress, though her credibility was later called into question. The press, however, seized the scandal, portraying Arbuckle as a depraved villain. Sensationalized stories, some wildly exaggerated, painted him as the cause of Rappe's death and a symbol of Hollywood's excesses and immorality. Arbuckle was arrested and charged with manslaughter, and the case went to trial. Arbuckle faced 3 separate trials. The first 2 trials ended in hung juries, but in the third trial, Arbuckle was acquitted. The jury even issued an apology, stating that a great injustice had been done to him, and that there was no evidence proving his guilt. However, by that point, the damage to his reputation and career had already been done. Despite his acquittal, the scandal effectively ended Arbuckle's career. The public's perception of him was irrevocably damaged, and major Hollywood studios blacklisted him. Films he had starred in were pulled from circulation, and he struggled to find work. Eventually, under the pseudonym William Goodrich, Arbuckle returned to directing a few films, but he never regained his former status in the industry. Roman Palansky. Roman Palansky is celebrated as a brilliant filmmaker, but his personal life is filled with controversy. In 1977, Palansky was arrested for drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl during a photo shoot at Jack Nicholson's home. The details were horrifying, but rather than face sentencing after pleading guilty, Palansky fled the U.S. to avoid prison time. For decades, he has lived in exile, continuing to direct award-winning films while remaining a fugitive from American justice. Hollywood remains divided on Palansky. Some support his artistry, while others cannot forgive his crime. Despite numerous attempts to extradite him, Palansky continues to evade U.S. authorities. The death of Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's death on August 5, 1962, remains one of Hollywood's most controversial mysteries. Officially ruled a probable suicide by overdose, Monroe was found in her Los Angeles home with high levels of barbiturates in her system. Despite her struggles with depression and addiction, the circumstances of her death have fueled countless conspiracy theories. Rumors swirled about Monroe's alleged affairs with President John F. Kennedy and his brother, Robert F. Kennedy. Some speculate that her knowledge of their private matters put her at risk, and theories emerge that powerful figures may have been involved in silencing her. Inconsistencies in the timeline of her death, such as delays in reporting it and questions about whether she could have ingested the drugs voluntarily, further deepened suspicions. Monroe's psychiatrist, Dr. Ralph Greenson, who was with her shortly before her death, also raised concerns due to his close and possibly controlling role in her life. Despite numerous investigations, Monroe's death remains unsolved, with theories ranging from political cover-ups to mafia involvement. The lingering mystery, combined with her iconic status, has kept her death shrouded in speculation for decades. Harvey Weinstein. Few scandals have had as profound an impact on Hollywood as the downfall of Harvey Weinstein. Once one of the most powerful men in the industry, Weinstein's influence was unmatched until 2017, when dozens of women came forward with accusations of sexual harassment and assault. The allegations, which had been whispered about in Hollywood for years, finally came to light thanks to investigative journalism. Weinstein was convicted of multiple sex crimes and sentenced to 23 years in prison, But his case sparked something even bigger, the Me Too movement. Women around the world began to speak out about their experiences of sexual abuse, forcing Hollywood and other industries to reckon with their dark history of exploitation. Bill Cosby. For years, Bill Cosby was a beloved figure in American television, best known for his role as the charming Dr. Cliff Huxtable on The Cosby Show. But behind his wholesome persona lay a disturbing truth. In 2014, dozens of women came forward, accusing Cosby of drugging and sexually assaulting them over the course of decades. The stories were eerily similar. Cosby would invite women to meetings under professional pretenses, only to drug them and assault them while they were incapacitated. Cosby was convicted in 2018 and sentenced to prison, but his conviction was overturned on technicality in 2021. The damage to his legacy, however, remains irreversible. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's music revolutionized the world, but his personal life was mired in controversy. For years, Jackson faced accusations of child molestation, though he maintained his innocence. His 2005 trial, in which he was acquitted of all charges, captured worldwide attention. But the release of the 2019 documentary Leaving Neverland brought forth new, detailed allegations from men who claimed Jackson had abused them as children. While many fans still fiercely defend Jackson's legacy, the scandals continue to cast a long shadow over his career, creating an enduring debate about separating the artist from the person. O.J. Simpson. When O.J. Simpson, beloved football star and actor, was accused of murdering his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, it became one of the most infamous criminal cases in history. The brutal killings and subsequent trial were broadcast live, captivating the nation. Simpson's legal team, led by Johnny Cochran and the so-called Dream Team, managed to secure a not guilty verdict, though many still believe he was responsible. Despite being acquitted, Simpson's post-trial life has been marred by legal troubles, including a conviction for armed robbery in 2007. His case remains a flashpoint for debates about race, celebrity, and justice in America. Judy Garland. Judy Garland is one of Hollywood's most beloved icons, but her life behind the scenes was far from the fairy tale her films portrayed. As a child star at MGM, Garland was subjected to an abusive environment, forced to take pills to control her weight and energy levels. The relentless pressure led to a lifelong battle with addiction, ultimately contributing to her tragic death at the age of 47. Though her talent was undeniable, Garland's story is a cautionary tale about the darker side of Hollywood's golden age, where stars were often treated as commodities to be exploited. Natalie Wood. At just 17, Natalie Wood earned an Academy Award nomination for her unforgettable role alongside James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause. A seasoned actress even then, she had first risen to fame at 9 years old with her performance in Miracle on 34th Street. Her career flourished with iconic roles in West Side Story and Splendor in the Grass, which earned her another Oscar nod. After starting a family with actor Robert Wagner, Wood began to slow down her career, focusing more on her personal life. In November 1981, Wood Wagner and actor Christopher Walken, her co-star in the film Brainstorm, embarked on a yachting trip to Catalina Island. What began as a relaxed holiday weekend ended in tragedy. In the early hours, Wood's body was found floating face down in the water, the victim of an apparent drowning. While the coroner ruled her death accidental, rumors of tension on board, particularly jealousy surrounding Wood's interactions with Walken, sparked theories of foul play. Wagner's later autobiography, Pieces of My Heart, revealed his jealousy of Walken and admitted to arguments that night, fueling speculation. In 2011, the case was reopened when the yacht's captain shared new information. However, as of 2012, no suspects emerged, and the mystery of Natalie Wood's death endures. Florence Henderson. During the 1970s run of the Brady Bunch, rumors swirled about a romantic affair between 36-year-old Florence Henderson, who played Carol Brady, and her 16-year-old co-star Barry Williams, who played Greg. Though Henderson was a happily married mother of 4, the scandal persisted long after the show ended. Williams later confessed to having a crush on Henderson and even took her on a date to discuss music, ending with a simple kiss on the cheek. Henderson clarified in her memoir, life is not a stage, that the night was innocent, and that she had agreed to go out with Williams as a mentor, not as a romantic interest. Despite the rumors, the two remained close friends, and Henderson's legacy as the beloved TV mom endured until her passing in 2016 at age 82. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, one of Hollywood's most iconic figures, faced significant controversy during his career, particularly over his relationships with much younger women. While widely celebrated for his work in silent films like The Kid and City Lights, Chaplin's personal life was often marked by scandal. He developed a reputation for pursuing relationships with teenage girls, which led to accusations that have tarnished his legacy. One of the most notable incidents involved Chaplin's marriage to Lita Gray, a 16-year-old actress who became pregnant while working with him on The Gold Rush. To avoid legal trouble, Chaplin quickly married her, though the relationship quickly soured, leading to a bitter and very public divorce. Gray's claims during the divorce proceedings included allegations of infidelity and manipulation, painting Chaplin in a negative light. Chaplin's relationships with other young women, including Joan Barry, with whom he had a paternity lawsuit in the 1940s, further damaged his public image. Despite DNA evidence indicating Chaplin was not the father of Barry's child, the court ruled against him due to legal technicalities. These controversies, combined with Chaplin's political views and alleged communist sympathies, ultimately contributed to his forced exile from the United States in 1952. David Carradine's death. David Carradine's death in 2009 shocked Hollywood and brought attention to topics rarely discussed openly, even in the liberal entertainment industry. Known for his roles in the 1970s TV series Kung Fu and Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill films, Carradine was found dead at 72 in a Bangkok hotel room while filming a movie. His body was discovered hanging from a rope in a closet, initially raising suspicions of suicide. However, further investigation revealed a more complex and disturbing scenario. The rope around Carradine's neck was also tied to his genitals, suggesting that his death may have resulted from autoerotic asphyxiation, a dangerous practice that involves restricting airflow to enhance sexual pleasure. Carradine's ex-wife, Marina Anderson, later confirmed that he had engaged in such risky sexual behavior. Controversy surrounding his death grew when graphic photos of Carradine's body were leaked by a Bangkok tabloid, intensifying the media frenzy. While the exact details remain unclear, the incident thrust the taboo topic of sexual deviance into public discourse, sparking debates and bringing uncomfortable issues into the mainstream. Rebecca Gayart. In June 2001, actress Rebecca Gayart was involved in a tragic accident that resulted in the death of 9-year-old Jorge Cruz. As Cruz attempted to cross a street, several cars stopped to allow him to pass. However, Gayart, impatiently trying to bypass the stopped traffic, entered a two-way left-turn lane and struck the boy. Witnesses reported her vehicle was traveling over 40 miles per hour when the collision occurred, causing severe head trauma to Cruz. He was rushed to Children's Hospital but succumbed to his injuries the following morning. Gayart faced legal consequences, receiving probation and a $2,800 fine, which many felt was inadequate for the severity of the incident. In a 2019 interview, Gayart expressed deep remorse, revealing how the accident profoundly impacted her mental health. She shared that the aftermath left her emotionally devastated, leading to self-destructive behavior and a long struggle to cope with the tragedy. Gayart also paid for Cruz's funeral expenses and settled a wrongful death lawsuit with the family. Although years have passed, the incident continues to cast a shadow over her life and career.